Good morning. I mean, at least it's morning here where I'm at. So, listen, I've never done an Halloween Horror Nights like hype or preview video ever. So I'm going to try to do one because I'm super excited about the event this year. A little bit about me. So my first year was in 2015 for HHN 25. So I'm wearing the shirt. I'm actually drinking out of the 25 cup too, service. And I was actually sitting here. It's a work day, and I'm not feeling very worky, and so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to film a video. But so 2015 was my first year, and I went by myself. I didn't know a whole lot of people. I knew kind of some people from a website on like a chat forum thing, and I figured, if I'm running anybody, I'll run into anybody. Well, this is going to be my 11th straight year. I have not missed a year yet. I even went during the what they call it, HHN, Diet HHN, or HHN Light. I love the event, and it's actually turned into more of a gathering with my friends and just enjoying everything and enjoying each other and having pool days and, going to some of the local bars, like Strongwater Tavern, and then going over to the event and enjoying that. So it's a whole season for me. I have a few trips planned. I'm going to definitely do the premium Scream night, and I know that my brother's going and a couple other people are going. But the minute it went on sale, I grabbed it because I saw it last year and I really wanted to go. I know it's going to be a little bit busier this year, but when I say busier, it's going to be like a third of what a normal like HHN night would be. So I mean, and it's like free foods nothing's free, but you know what I mean. So I'm doing that for sure. Staying in Aventura until September 8th. So the 28th to the 8th. And actually my youngest daughter is coming down this year, and she's coming down for a few days, and I got her a hotel room at Aventura, and I got her the Rush of Fear and Express so that she can do all the houses with me and everything. So I'm really excited about this year. Long way of saying I'm excited about this year. So I wanted to do a video, and I'm going to do it really quick because like there's so many more places that you could like get information. A few, like I'm using the spec maps for HHN Nightmares. I'm using a map that my buddies over at the RIP Tour podcast did. Either one of those sources are great. My friend Tyler over at the Pew 2 does awesome HHN videos. He's done the best like in-house videos that I've ever watched, and I save them all so that I can go back and rewatch them because he does such a good job with those in-house videos. I suggest watching him and checking out his channel. This is gonna be hopefully quick, and I just want to kind of gloss over everything. So if you want more in-depth information, I'd go there. What qualifies me to give like a preview or a hype? Absolutely none whatsoever. Like I'm just a fan. I'm just a guy that goes and that continues to go. I will never miss from now on because it's ingrained into my personality, really, my life. I mean, some of my favorite people on the planet I get to see every year at this event, and we have a blast. The last few years haven't been stellar. I'm a person also that likes everything. I'm easy to please. Like, you're not going to get like something where I'm be like, oh, that sucked, because really they don't suck. They're all good in their own way. Some people might like some better than others, but I enjoy everything. I think it's all fun and it's all enjoyable. I like to have a few beers while I'm there. We never get carried away or anything like that. But also, I'm more of a house person as opposed to like a street or show person. So I lean heavily to that. Every year I get the same pass. I get the Rush of Fear with Express. I'm so happy that they did the Express on the multi-pass this year. I know that it's a point of contention with some people, but you just have to be on top of it. And luckily, the Rush of Fear and Express doesn't sell as quick as the other offering. So, but anyway, let's start at the front of the park. So basically, right when you walk in, I'm going to do some cheating here and look at my map. You're going to get the Origins of Horror street zone, scare zone. And basically what it is, enter a decaying conservatory of twisted vines where artists carve tributes to Halloween Horror Nights 34. You'll encounter monstrous crows, gargoyles, and more. So basically, from what I've heard and understand, the gates are like when you walk in, this is going to be when you walk in and going straight ahead, like through the Minions area. And apparently it's going to go longer, farther past where it did last year, because the last couple of years have been pretty flat. So it's going to be more of a conservatory, creepy gates and vine, and it's going to have all that. So that sounds awesome. I'm going to take a right at this point, and I'm going to go through Hollywood. So the next thing that we would actually run into is going to be, what is it? Oh, Masquerade's Dance with Death. So what that's going to be is it's going to be vampires and masquerade masks. It's awesome. They've done the masquerade thing before, and they've done the vampire thing before, and so they just mashed them together, which is genius. So it should be really cool. The next thing we're going to hit isn't, so it's not really a scare. I guess it is. You know what? The street stuff, I'm lumping all into one, and it's the Mel's die-in. So during the day, it's Mel's drive-in, and you go and you can have lunch and things like that there, and it's like an old 50s diner. At night, they change it, instead of drive-in, it's die-in, so they get rid of the R and the V, and it's Mel's die-in. So it's going to be Mel's die-in zombies, and like they're going to be on like roller skates and shit, and like his car hops. I mean, so brave all new street experiences to take the horror to the next heights, featuring zombie car hops, undead DJs, and more. Oh, the undead DJs we'll get to in a minute. So anyway, that's the next thing. So if we continue to walk, we're going to go through one of the best zones every year because just the atmosphere is awesome. And that's in that like almost covered-ish area with like trees and things. And they always have like pumpkins and shit in the trees and everything like that. It's really cool. And that's going to be the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. And I saw some pictures. My buddy Drew went the other day and did a video. And not my buddy, he's like my son. He's my brother. Awesome guy, and he started doing videos, and I'm excited because I think he's awesome. Love you, Drew. But at the end of this lane, at the end of that whole like walkthrough where all the trees are and everything like that, there's like a stage, and it looks like it's going to be the Crooked Cat Lady's house. So anyway, it's travel down a spooky winding path to a mysterious home where trick-or-treaters are transformed into feral felines. Be careful or you'll be next. So that's where that's going to be right there. At this point, we're going to get to our first houses, and they're going to be the back 10 houses. And the very first one is going to be, let's see here, Hatchet and Chains Demon Bounty Hunters. They're the outlaws from hell. So in Old West Town, all hell's breaking loose. Red-hot lava demons are trying to possess everyone, melting everything in their path. You can only hope Hatchet and Chains with their mystical weapons. So this was kind of a throwback to Slaughter Cinema. That was a house last year, and this was one of the sections of that house. And it was kind of like nobody like really talked much about it. Everybody else was talking about like the stripper zombies and like stuff like that in that house. So it was kind of like an overlooked. And so this is going to be based on what that was. Excited about it. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. Next back there, you're going to have probably one of my most anticipated, probably my second most anticipated original, which is the Dollhouse one, which is Dolls Let's Play Dead. Welcome to her toy box of terror. You're about to become doll-sized and witness the unnatural creations of a twisted little girl. You'll be hunted by burnt fashion dolls, toys she melded together, and undead horrors in her dollhouse. Listen, So I started going in 2015. In 2014, there was a house, and it's like the house that I wish I would have seen the most. If anybody ever asked me, like, what's something that you wish you would have, I wish I would have saw a dollhouse at a dand in 2014. That's that. So this kind of is a reprieve for me, and I'm excited about it. And I think it's going to be really, really cool. Okay, so after Dollhouse, that we're going to go past Men in Black, so you know where you're at there. And there's those two new big, huge tents that there's the one walkway for, which I loved last year. Like I thought, and there's going to be more of that apparently this year, where it's like one walkway and you make a choice. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true, but I think it is. So you go past Men in Black and you go back to those houses. The first one is called Galkin Monsters of the North. Call forth a legion of terrors. In a remote northern village, a wicked being rises from the dead, bringing a horde of monsters and demons from the fjords to wreak havoc on the town people. Try to escape the belly of the beast. Going to be the cold house or cold tent. I imagine a Yeti kind of feel to it, with maybe like if you remember the last Ghostbusters house, with the big, I forgot his name, the main monster, the tall thing that would freeze everything. That's the vibe I'm kind of getting from it, and it sounds cool. Like all these sound freaking good. I'm excited. So after that, right next to that house is going to be the Fallout house, and the Fallout house is based on the TV show, which is based on a video game. But I think this is going to be more TV show-ish, like with locations and characters and things like that. So the vaults can't save you now. Face your fears in a post-apocalyptic LA. Escape from the vaults to the wasteland and confront the formidable bounty hunter, the Ghoul. And that's Walter Goggins' character, which, so I watched that show, and it ended on a cliffhanger at the end, and I don't even, like, I'm good. The show is not very good. Goggins is awesome. But anyway, I'm excited about the house. It's probably way down on the hype list for me, though, to be honest with you. Probably almost to the bottom. I think it's going to be cool still. But as far as hype goes, I have little hype. I don't have big hype. So, if that makes sense. Let's see here. So next after that, so we're going to go and there's the show. Oh yeah, you know what? There's going to be like a Lagoon show this year too. So back in 2022, 2021, I think they did a big Lagoon show that everybody loved. They did another one after that too, and it was still awesome, but the first one was amazing. They're going to do another Lagoon show there, so excited about that. I will watch that. The show that's past where the Fallout tent is and everything is the dance show that they've done the last several years. I'm going to be honest with you, I forgot the name of it. It's a good show. I watched it the first year. I didn't watch it the second year. Again, I'm not a big show guy. There's other things I'd rather be doing. I'd rather be going to the houses or having a break and drinking a beer. The last thing I want to do is go into a really loud show, crammed ass to ass with big sweaty guys, which I'm sure they feel the same way about me. Not interested. You know what? If there's a night where it seems like it's quiet and not busy, maybe I'll run in there, but it never is. It's always packed. And it's a good show. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on the show. It's just not something that I really care about. So, but that's there. So anyway, we're going to keep going. Let me think here. I'm trying to think. After that show, so after the show, when you come out, you're going to go past the Potter area. And the Potter area, just so you know, they have the Dementors again, doing their little visit where they come in and they do their wand stuff and put on a little thing, and then they sit there and spook people. And so it's kind of grown into a little scare zone back there too in the Harry Potter land. I think that that's pretty neat, and I always try to go back there and check that out at least once. But then right after that, when you come out and you go past the really air conditioning like train station where it feels great, you go down, and where those bars are to the left on the lake there, that scare zone that goes in front of Fast and Furious ish, kind of where it kind of exits, is going to be a what's it called again? Let's see. Oh, that was the thing that I was saying earlier, Club Horror, where you have like undead DJs and things like that. So they're going to probably have that, music playing, that my buddy Gary, that EDM crap. Sorry, Gary. If you don't know Gary, so like, and I think I'm funny. Like, he was like saying how awesome it was. He's watching some thing, I guess a big EDM thing is Tomorrowland where the stage burnt down or whatever. And he was talking about it, and so I started calling him the ED midget. Anyway, sorry, Gary. But so after the DJs and everything like that, after the Club Horror, which is going to be fun, I'm sure. The next house is the Jason Universe. So that's going to be in the Fast and Furious area. And what that one is based on is Friday the 13th, Jason. So, but with the IP laws and everything like that, they can't say Friday the 13th. So it's just Jason Universe. Evil doesn't stay dead. The iconic horror villain Jason Voorhees is coming for you. Step into his terrifying world, from his sinister shack in the woods to the summer camp where it all begins. I am praying to God. My buddies and I played the Friday the 13th game on PS5. For a long time, and we loved it, had a great time, and it got all messed up because of the IP stuff. But one of my favorite memories about it is going to the shack and seeing the dead mother's head inside the shack. So I'm praying to God that she's in there somewhere. I don't know if it's part of the IP or if it's part of what they can do or not. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be cool. So we're basically done with all that stuff. We're going to get back to the front of the park, and we're back in New York. And in New York, there is a scare zone that is very exciting to me and going to probably be my favorite thing. And it is called Mutations Toxic 20s. In a 1920s neighborhood, a BuzzCon truck from a couple years ago, they had a Bugs house, and the BuzzCon truck was the thing with the bad chemicals that turned everybody radioactive and crazy and stuff and made the bugs real big. So a BuzzCon truck with radioactive cargo crashes into a mobster's getaway car, sending the city into a toxic pandemonium. So basically what this is going to be is a bunch of like wise guys, like mob guys, like radioactive and like melted. Who knows what's going on? I think there's going to be projection in this zone, so I think it's going to be cool. They have like an old 20s, like the yellow cab from the front of the park back there that I saw in Drew's video. So this sounds awesome. Again, I'm going to give credit where credit's due, and my buddy Drew, my little boy, when we were talking about these and like when they were starting, he said they should call that zone Gabagools. So we're going to call it Gabagools. You can stick with Mutations Toxic 20s. It's Gabagools to us, and I can't wait to check out that most hyped zone, hands down, not even close. So excited about that. Let's see what's next. Okay, so what's next is right past Finnegan's. So past, you're still in the Gabagool zone, past Finnegan's, which is a zone in itself. Like Finnegan's is the shit. You're gonna get my most hyped. Oh no, I'm gonna take that back. The Terrifier house. I don't know how many people have watched the Terrifier movies. I've watched 1 and 2. I still have yet to watch 3. They are horrible. But you know what else was horrible when it came out? Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Campy, shitty, but this is gore on next level. This is gory as can get, and some of the most insane kills I've ever seen in a movie. So I'm excited because they're saying that this is going to be the goriest house ever and the wettest house ever. So at the end of the house, you're going to be able to choose the wet path or the dry path. And I guess the wet path is like blood getting splattered on you, but it's just water. Which honestly I enjoy because it cools you down a little bit. But I think it's going to be a blast. The character, Art the Clown, probably easily climbing up the ranks as one of the best movie, like, psycho killer horror property guys ever. I'm gonna say he's not there with Jason or Freddy or Mike Myers or anything yet, but he's climbing up the ladder. He's up there with like Ghostface. You guys can hate me on me. I think that he's awesome. So anyway, Terrifiers and clowning around. Try your luck against Art the Clown in the Terrifier Funhouse. You'll witness his grotesque handiwork of torture and be exposed to the splatter, there's the wet, of his victims. It's a whole new level of gore. Thank you. One thing about Horror Nights in years past, it's not very scary. I don't feel it's very scary. And there's been some houses, like last year, the Insidious house was great, insane. There's been some scary houses, but the event as a whole hasn't been. I need more of this. I need more gore. I need more scary. I need more shit freaking out. That's not saying that I haven't got at the event. I've got every year, several times. And there's nothing better than getting got. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go on Horror Nights and get got, because it's amazing. So right after that, so we're in where I think it's going to be one of those split off things. I don't know if you're going to have to walk that whole queue. We'll find it. We'll see. Because, there's a lot of construction going on with Rip Ride Rockit right now. They're tearing it down, which is going to change up how they're going to be able to do things. But we'll see. So these are the front sound stages, by the way. So Terrifier's on the sound stage. All these are on the sound stage. All the other ones we were talking about were in a tent, except for Jason, which is in Fast and Furious, which last year was the Candy Major Sweets house. So right next to this one, so this is going to be a original house. And it is called Grave of Flesh. Your dead meat. Welcome to your funeral, where things are about to go from bad to worse. You're dead, so I don't know how much worse it can get. Well, you'll enter your grave, and then the underworld, where flesh eaters who feed on the dead will hunt you for all eternity. So, just when you thought it was safe to go back into your own grave. That's a Jaws reference, if you don't know. Speaking of, shout out to my buddy Brian, who made sure that I got one of these. Thanks, Brian. That's another good source of information, too, by the way. Inside Universal. They do a great job on their website. You should check that out, too. Shout out to Brian. So, anyway, you know what? We'll see. I think that I've always been an original over IP guy. The originals end up being some of my favorite houses of all time. So we'll see how this one goes. So right next to that is going to be the Five Nights at Freddy's house, which they haven't really announced, but everybody knows. None of this is a secret. Like, everybody knows this is coming. And another rumor about Freddy's is, Louis' Pizzeria, which is down past the Gabagools, at the very far end of the Gabagools scare zone, is Louis' Pizza. They're going to turn that into a Five Nights at Freddy's. Was it Freddy Fazbear? Fazbear's. Little pizzeria, with the the glass in it. I think it'd be sweet. But anyway, Five Nights at Freddy's. I've watched them. I've watched all these movies, except for the third Terrifier, which I'll get to. Movie, it's cute. It's not great and everything, but it was fun. But I can see the possibilities of a Horror Nights house within the property. I can definitely see it. There is no description of this house yet because it hasn't officially been released, but we know that the property is coming to the event. We just don't know in what all capacity. And I think it's going to be a house. Sorry. And I think it's going to have like that pizzeria. There might be some other things. There's going to be tons of food booths, all based on different IPs and stuff, as usual. They do it every year, and that's a lot of fun, too. That's another reason I got that premium Scream Night, is because a lot of times I focus so much on my buddies on the houses. When we go, we don't really stop and get food. We'll stop for beer breaks and stuff like that, but we usually just skip all that. So I want to do all that. But, so we'll see how that one is. I'd say, again, that's with Fallout down kind of the bottom of my list. So right next to that one, down in front of like where the big Q is, the big green, where the stage is in front of Rip Ride Rockit, is going to be my most anticipated original house, and it's the Artista house. It is, let me read off what they say about it because it sounds so cool. El Artista, a Spanish haunting. Maestros del Arte y del Terror. I don't know if I'd probably butchered that. If I don't, whatever. In 19th century Spain, a tortured artist moves into an isolated country manor to seek inspiration. Instead, the art comes alive and possesses him. You're about to be part of the permanent exhibition. What a great concept. Just off the charts, like creative. This is supposed to be one of the most beautiful houses ever, and I'm into the beautiful houses. As much as I like the gore and the horror, I also like the beautiful houses. Like, one of the most beautiful houses ever was that house where they had the ship that was wrecked and the lady playing violin on the top of it. I forget the name of it. It was based on a scare zone with like some sailors and everything that died and went through this mist and shit. So I can't remember the name of it because I'm terrible with names. So it's supposed to be gorgeous. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And that's my number one anticipated original house. My number one original IP house, and everybody knows this has not been released yet. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows that it's a WWE house. Everybody knows, it's been said. I mean, there's been leaks everywhere of all kinds of different people talking about it. So I'm not saying anything that's like secretive or anything like that. We're getting a WWE house, and it's going to be based on. So there was a wrestler. His name was Bray Wyatt, a super creative mind, and unfortunately he passed away early. And he created a character called the Fiend, and the Fiend was an unstoppable terror and everything like that. And but the funny thing is he was kind of presented as a good guy because everybody cheered for him. But he was an unstoppable, like monsterish kind of guy, like paranormal, like kind of thing. And he, with his split personality, which was Bray had his Firefly Funhouse, and in the Firefly Funhouse, he had all kinds of these characters, like this buzzard, and he had like Huskus the pig. He had the buzzard. He had the crazy sister Abigail, which was like a witch. So he had some like really, really cool characters on it. And when he passed, they started pretty recently, within the last year or so, a new faction called the Wyatt Six, SICKS, not SIX. And there's 5 of them. Some people say that Bray's in the Lantern, or the Fiend is in the Lantern, and he's number 6. There's other people that say that Alexa Bliss, which I'm praying she's the 6, which I really hope so. That's my hope, is that Alexa is somehow tied into this with her character, and she's awesome. So if you've never watched it, try to get some clips online of Firefly Funhouse and the White Six and the Fiend and stuff, and check it out, because it's going to be amazing. I'm telling you now. I think it's going to be one of those houses where even if you're not a WWE fan, people are going to enjoy it and love it, because the characters are unique and kind of crazy and everything. So that's the final house. That's the last house there. Hype lists are tough to do. I'm going to tell you like where levels are on my hype. And I would say the first level of my hype for houses is going to be the WWE house, the Terrifier house, the Dollhouse. I'd say that those are my top 3. Kind of that next level is going to be most of the originals. So like the Hatchet and Chains, the Galkin, the Grave one, the what's it called again? It was called Grave of Flesh. I'd say that those are probably my next ones. Then I'd say Jason Universe. El Artista is at the top. That'd be in the top 3 also. So it'd be a top 4 actually. It'd be that house, the Dollhouse, Terrifier, and above all, the WWE house. The bottom ones, like I was saying, Fallout, Five Nights at Freddy's. They'll probably be really good, and probably be like the Freddy's house will probably be like the fun one. So I'm excited about it all. Anyway, that's kind of my spiel. And again, take everything with a grain of salt, because some people like some things better than others. It's all subjective. It's like trying to say what's your favorite roller coaster, or your favorite ride or attraction, at Disney or Universal or Epic. I'm really looking forward to this year. When I first heard about the tickets and not including Express on multi-night, I thought it was going to change the way that me and my whole friend kind of group were going to do the event that we've been doing the last 10 years. I figured it was going to change it. And luckily it came back, and so it kind of changed my idea. So I'm there from the 28th to the 8th. Again, my daughter's coming down for a few days, and we're going to do Epic one day. And this will be her first foray into Halloween Horror Nights, which I'm super excited about. I had to bribe her by buying her a new Coach purse to do Terrifier, and I got 2 out of her. So she's not trying to back it off and say no, just 1. And I told her, I'm going to repo that fucking purse. You're doing it twice. So, and she's not young, by the way. She's like 24 years old, so she can handle it. I hope she gets wrecked. I can't wait. So anyway, that'll be fun. And then I'm planning on another trip down. Probably not the weekend after I get home, but maybe the next weekend, like the 18th to the 22nd-ish, because my pass is still good. I still have Express on my pass and everything like that. And the hotels are relatively still cheap. Flights are dirt cheap. I don't know if anybody's checked flights lately. You can get a flight for dirt cheap nowadays. So I'll probably definitely be going back down for a 3rd weekend. But that's my plan. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm hoping you're excited. If you have any questions, please ask me. I love it all. Can't wait. Hope to see you guys there. Ask me any questions you got. If not, thanks for listening. I enjoyed talking about it. This was fun for me to do. That's why I did it. So I guess I might do some work. See ya.